with us while we train. And also, all these technical difficulties, they're not him. It's most likely YOUTUBE. I'm not even going to say the word because it'll go in their algorithm and it'll just flag screen us all. But you can see right now, people are still steadily filing in all the way. You're looking at stage left and then over to stage right. There is a massive overflow area. We'll get some photos of that when we are able to. Right now, we're not able to really see it. We're going to put the camera in that direction in just a moment. But if you'd like to see those photos later on, make sure you're following us on YouTube, Twitter and Instagram at RSB Network. Like I was saying earlier, President Trump is fighting for Minnesota workers and families. He's truly making this economy great again. As President Trump peacefully protests with supporters in Duluth tonight, the evidence shows his whole of government response to the coronavirus helped Minnesota families and workers. President Trump fought to give the people of Minnesota the resources and help they need to combat the coronavirus. President Trump's Paycheck Protection Program protected over 1 million Minnesota jobs by providing over $11.2 billion worth of loans to more than 102,000 Minnesota businesses. More than 2.7 million Minnesotans received economic impact payments totaling over $4.7 billion in relief. The CARES Act is providing up to $2.1 billion worth of aid to the state of Minnesota and more than $472 million to 3,758 healthcare providers in the state. Minnesota businesses are poised for a historic comeback thanks to President Trump's economic leadership. President Trump's pro-growth policies, tax cuts, and deregulation built a stronger economy for Minnesota workers and businesses. In the last 4 months, Minnesota added 176,000 jobs back following the economy's artificial interruption by the China virus. Minnesota added more than 50,800 new jobs in the first 3 years of the Trump administration, including 5,300 manufacturing jobs. In March, Minnesota's unemployment rate fell to just 2.9%. Prior to the Trump administration, 2000 was the last time Minnesota's unemployment rate was that low. President Trump's historic tax cuts and Jobs Act is projected to add over 24,100 new Minnesota jobs over the next decade. The law also designated 128 Minnesota communities as opportunity zones, which will drive new private investment into distressed and predominantly minority communities. President Trump kept his promise to negotiate America First trade deals, providing a massive boost to Minnesota's economy. The President's United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, also known as USMCA trade deal, will boost Minnesota's economy and create new jobs in the state, which exports $7.2 billion annually in goods to Canada and Mexico. Trade with Canada and Mexico support 233,800 jobs in Minnesota. The USMCA will open up Canada's market for dairy exports, allowing Minnesota's dairy producers to sell more milk and cheese. Minnesota is the nation's 8th largest milk producer, with the milk industry contributing $25.7 billion to the state's economy annually. President Trump is defending Minnesota farmers and agricultural producers from China by providing $1 billion in direct USDA payments to Minnesota farmers. But Joe Biden's radical far-left agenda will decimate Minnesota workers and families. The terrible trade deals that Biden supported during his 44 years as a career politician in Washington killed Minnesota jobs. Minnesota lost 13,700 jobs due to higher trade deficits with Mexico under NAFTA, which Biden supported. Not surprising. Minnesota lost 38,100 manufacturing jobs between when NAFTA took effect in 1994 and when President Trump was elected. Biden voted to normalize trade relations with China, which killed 88,300 Minnesota jobs due to higher trade deficits. Biden's radical energy policies and promise to, quote, end fossil fuel would devastate Minnesota workers and businesses. The oil, gas, and coal industries support more than 118,000 jobs in Minnesota and contribute more than $14 billion to the state's economy annually. More than 77% of Minnesota's homes are heated by natural gas, fuel, or propane, fuels that Biden wants to eliminate. More than 1/3 of Minnesota's electricity grid is generated by coal. Biden's plan endangers the private health insurance that 3.5 million Minnesotans rely on. Biden's government-run public option plan would ultimately kill private health insurance plans. Under Biden's government-run public option plan, 49 of Minnesota's rural hospitals would be at high risk of closing, limiting patients' access to health care. That's nearly 80% of Minnesota's rural hospitals. And finally, Biden pledged that charter schools will be gone if he's elected president. More than 56,000 students are enrolled in over 220 charter schools across Minnesota. But let's face it here, we already know Biden doesn't care much about having American students in school. That's become pretty clear when it comes to him refusing to open up our economy, open up schools, allow children to learn. Absolutely ridiculous. Looks like we have some more donations via our website. Shout it out properly. Keep in mind, we're asking for donations because our assistants are funded. We need to go or ownership, anything like that. We are almost entirely viewer supported. It's your donations that allow us to get to the next location. In this case, the next location will be President Trump's Keep America Great Rally Live in Orlando, Florida. We will have special guest Father Frank Pavone there, as well as Magnificent and Grace Saldana. It will be a wonderful team in the Sunshine State, so it should be very warm, and hopefully everyone will be excited for that. Following Orlando, on the 2nd, we're going to have 2 Wisconsin rallies back-to-back. President Trump is fighting hard for Wisconsin as well. Those 2 rallies are going to be at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. No, probably not. I'm going to have to check that. You guys don't quote me on that one. 2 Wisconsin rallies back-to-back, though, on the 3rd. So note that, and RSPN will be there. We'll be covering those live. We're excited to do it. Again, we are live here in Duluth, Minnesota. A state that President Trump lost by 1.5 percentage points to Hillary Clinton in 2016. Very slim margins, considering this state has not voted red since 1972. However, President Trump really is looking at that as more of a challenge and has promised to come and campaign hard. He wants support of the people of Minnesota. He has fought hard for Minnesota. He has talked about it countless times, and he has campaigned here a lot. We were here just about a week ago. I feel like I've been in Minnesota and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin more than any other state over the past year, roughly, campaigning. But it just shows that he is not ready to just sit back, accept defeat, or even accept a decent win. He wants to win this election by a landslide. And watching the way this man is campaigning and watching his energy and his demeanor, the way he fights for the American people, he's fighting for your support. And I cannot wait to sit back on election night. I know everyone's going to be so tense, but I'm going to be so relaxed. I cannot wait to see these seats flip red. If you're curious about how you can donate to us, there's a number of ways. The first way is by clicking that dollar sign in the bottom right-hand corner of the YouTube Super Chat. Again, YouTube Super Chat is an easy way to donate. We were having a lot of issues with YouTube earlier. Shocker, conservative news media outlet needs help. I'm sorry, it's not our fault. Something that we're just like bullied by big tech at this point. So shadow banning, censorization, black screens, we're used to it. When you can watch us there, most of the time it's fine. If there's an issue in the chat room, you can't donate. Go to our website. It's a great way. It's super safe. We actually get to monitor that. We are in control of it there. So you can go to www.rspnetwork.com/donate. And those website donations still give you the opportunity to type a message, and you'll be able to give a shout out on air. So I'm going to read those in just a second. Before I do that, please note the third way you can donate. And this is a non-electronic form, so a lot of people love it. We've gotten so many checks and letters in the mail. And there's one last week. I've got it on my phone. I'm actually writing a personal thank you card back to this man because he sent, I think it was a man. I actually need to check the name again. But I just know it was an envelope of puppies, like the card, and lots of different puppies on it. And it was like, I know Liz loves dogs, so she might like this. Here's my donation. So we read these things, you guys, and even if I'm not there, my boss actually read that, my CEO, and he sent me a photo of it so I could read the letter and look at the pictures of the dogs, and I absolutely love it. So you are getting a handwritten thank you note from me as soon as I get back home and get to my stationery, so thank you so much. To read some more of those website donations that have come through, we have
face the fire ring. Oh, but I know love as a fading thing, just as fickle as a feather in a string. See, honey, I saw love. You see, it came to me. It put its face up to my face so I could see. Yeah, then I saw love disfigure me into something I am not recognizing. I said, come on in. I will not open myself up this way again. I'll lay my face to the soil, nor my teeth to the sand. I will not lay like this for days now upon end. You will not see me fall, nor see me struggle to stand, to be acknowledged by some touch from his gnarled hand. You see the cage it called. I said, come on in. I will not open myself up this way again. You will not see me fall, see me struggle to stand, to be acknowledged by some touch from his gnarled hand. You see the cage it called. I said, come on in. I will not open myself up this way again. I'm not some broken thing. I do not
Ungen hadde egne smørere, men det hendte at de gjorde smøretabber, som å smøre med noe som var mykt, men som
Thank